I thought I ruined my future because I'm taking a gap year. I used to think I would ruin my future because I'm taking a gap year. I know it sounds silly. It felt like I was the only one who was behind. But what if I told you that none of us were ever behind? Like, who made the timeline and standard? And why do we need to follow the same pattern and cycles? There is no right or wrong way to live our lives. We're all just trying to figure it out along the way. And there is no deadline in life, like society is trying to tell us. So why do we all trying to fit into the same pattern and cycles? And most importantly, why no one ever questioned it? For example, in my case, I used to feel like I was the only one who was behind, because all of my high school friends went straight into university, or they have their own paths, like plans, I mean. Their life just looked so put together, and society labeled it as the normal path. Well, there was me, in my gap year, not knowing what to do. Society made us believe that this is the standard, as if we have deadlines in each phases of our life. Fitting into the standard felt impossible for me. Therefore, I thought I was behind. I was so scared of a gap year that it's actually not a big deal. It felt like gap year would hold me back from having a bright future. Like, what would I say when someone asked me where I went for uni with gap year as an answer? They would go straight lecturing me like about my future. But trust me, no one cares about your future more than you do. But all of these feelings change actually after I realized I was missing so much fun in life, and there's no such thing as deadlines. Sometimes we were too focused on the things that we're lacking, not the one that we're already blessed with. Okay, so I would say I'm an extraordinary person, because please define ordinary people to me. Give me the exact definition of ordinary people. I believe everyone is extraordinary in their own ways, including their path. If you're experiencing the same thing, like you're feeling behind, although it's not a gap year in your case, like maybe job or a love life, I hope these words will help you and calm you down. It won't hurt you if you slow down throughout your so behind year. I grew more than I could ever have expected. That was when I did all the impossible thing. Well, I thought it was impossible before I did all of them. Foremost, I built my relationship with God, like physing relationship with Him. I used to be a non-believer, but I do believe now. I also fixed my relationship with family, which I didn't know at the time that I need to fix it. I found better ways for myself to cope with things. I started my journaling journey like last year, for example. I also overcome 3 of my fears. I'm scared of needle, being left out, talking to strangers. I'm scared of a lot of things actually. But yeah, I did all of it. I'm scared of needle, but I got a tattoo last year. This is not an impulsive idea. I think about it for 3 years actually, but I was so scared of needle. I also funded my last trip. As someone who never worked before, I found a part-time job and used all of the income from there. I went to Labuan Bajo. I managed to fund my last trip to Labuan Bajo by myself, which is kind of crazy. And last one, I found out what I really wanted to study as a degree. I used to think that psychology is it for me, but turns out I want a different thing now. I want to be a social worker, at least so far. Actually, there is so many other stuff that I couldn't say because there will be too much to list. I'm really grateful for all of these things actually, but to be honest, I never realized, I never saw all these great things happening throughout that period. Just now, a year later, I look back and realize, you know what? I should have been more present and enjoy life the way it was, rather than worrying about uni because society told me 18 is my deadline. Not waiting to enjoy life when I finally got into my dream university or living abroad. I should have been more grateful that I got the opportunity to explore myself and my interests. I'm not saying it's bad to went straight into university, but what I meant is people have different paths. And that is okay. It doesn't mean I'm less successful than all of my high school friends. I'm just living my life at my own pace. Maybe in your case, it's not about gap year. Perhaps you have different scenario right now, but it's still the same thing. You feel behind, right? I know the feeling of it, and I think just enjoy the ride. And I also heard this one sermon actually yesterday from a pastor. Um, she said how we respond in the middle determine the end. So just enjoy your ride. It's the time you explore things that you never thought you would do. If you're still anxious about it, it's okay. But let me just say this. Every person has different imaginations on what life should look like. Some of them think the peak of life is when they have a PhD, no kids, living in a big city. While some other people want to build a farm and a family in a rural area. We have various definitions of joy. So why do we always compare ourselves with others? Let them enjoy their own ways of life. And most importantly, let yourself have your own life. Of course, there are norms that we need to follow, but life will be full of trial and error. So, yeah, just enjoy your path. It's your life to begin with, right? So, just try to follow the norm as much as you can and do the trial and error. I also have another line from a Christian church. It was from Elevation Church. So the sermon was, He can stop the attack, but in order to stop it, He will need to stop the impact too. I'm not forcing you to believe in God. Just try to interpret the line more generally if you want to. What I'm trying to point out is that through the hard times, you will grow. You are exactly where you need to be. Trust me, it will all be worth it one day. You are exactly where you need to be. This is me speaking from experience, and don't get me wrong, I still feel behind, but not like before. I'm enjoying my life right now. I just tried to change my perspective. Like, I got to explore so many things right now. It's my time to explore all of it, including making vlogs and just talking to the camera like this.